Campus. The measles outbreak forcing two major universities to isolate more than 100 students and faculty. Hundreds screened after possibly coming into contact with an infected student. Also breaking tonight, the deadly tornado strike. Active watches posted as we come on the air. The twister hitting in the middle of the night. A mother and son among those killed. Several confirmed tornadoes. Severe storms now moving east. Heavy rain tomorrow from D.C. to Philly, New York to Boston. Rob Marciano standing by. The toxic cloud sending dozens of people to the hospital. A dangerous chemical leaking from a tractor. 7 patients in critical condition. First responders among the victims. Day one of Joe Biden's presidential campaign. Right off the bat, taking direct aim at President Trump. What we're learning about the former vice president's recent conversation with Anita Hill. Also, newly released body cam video. A deputy seen punching a suspect handcuffed to a hospital bed. And the NFL draft about to kick off in Nashville. We're live with Robin Roberts. And the big question tonight, who will be the #1 pick?
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
And good evening. It's great to have you with us on a busy Thursday night. I'm Tom Yamas, in for David. And we begin with that breaking news in the measles outbreak spreading across this country, the worst in 25 years. And tonight, hundreds of students and faculty at 2 major universities in Los Angeles are under quarantine. After the illness was nearly eradicated, there are now cases in 22 states. Look at the map right there. How are these latest cases at the universities exposed? ABC's chief national correspondent Matt Gutman starts us off in L.A.
Tonight, that measles scare racing through 2 of the biggest university systems in the country. Many dozens possibly exposed to what is considered one of the world's most contagious viruses.
We have 5 cases, 4 of which are linked as an outbreak that stemmed from a traveler who was unvaccinated.
That traveler coming in from abroad, apparently going through Los Angeles Airport, one of the busiest in the world, on April 1st, and then going on to UCLA with its 45,000 students to the psychology department on 3 days in early April.
A few of the cases have been in other places, attending, UCLA classes, as well as being at Cal State LA in the library, and as a result of that, we have a high number of contacts that may have been exposed.
That Cal State Library, one of the most visited spots on campus.
2,000 visitors in that library a day. Most of them don't sign in or out. So we've had a lot of exposure to folks that we actually can't identify.
Over 300 students and faculty now under quarantine at the 2 universities with no access to public areas or dorms.
If they are not immune to measles, then they must be kept away from others in order to not have that unintentional spread of measles should they come in contact with others who may not be as immune as well.
And Matt Gutman joins us now live. Matt, how long does this quarantine last? And what does it mean for all these people? Because this is a massive amount of people right now.
Measles is an exquisitely contagious virus. It can linger in the air for 2 hours, sometimes more. Its incubation period, Tom, is 21 days. Now, some of those students and faculty will be able to quickly produce their medical records, likely those younger students, but some of the older faculty may have a harder time finding them, and they could stay in quarantine for up to 2 more weeks. Tom.
Matt Gutman with that breaking news tonight. Matt, thank you. Now to that other major headline tonight, the violent storms and the trail of damage across more than 100 miles. 4 confirmed tornadoes taking at least 2 lives. An EF3 striking Ruston, Louisiana. This roof of this Motel 6 completely gone. Staggering damage from an EF2 in Bryan, Texas. And the line of storms now heading up the East Coast, reaching the Northeast tomorrow night. At this hour, tornado watches remain in place. ABC's Marcus Moore is in hard-hit Ruston, Louisiana.
Tonight, deadly tornadoes striking in the middle of the night. Students at Louisiana Tech racing to wake each other up.
Oh my gosh.
Nick, get up!
Debris strewn across campus, the softball field in tatters. Classes now canceled. Ruston, Louisiana taking a direct hit from a massive twister with at least 136-mile-per-hour winds, ripping the roof off of this Motel 6.
I couldn't move out of my bed, basically. It was that terrifying.
Look at this. Stairs at this hotel that once led you to rooms, now you can see nothing but blue sky. Falling trees slicing the city's homes in half and claiming the lives of a mother and her son. Outside of Jackson, Mississippi, a tow truck driver killed in a two-vehicle crash on wet roads, his truck plunging off of a bridge. In New Orleans, severe thunderstorms swamping streets and delaying the start of the famed Jazz and Heritage Festival. This tornado-producing storm tracking across 150 miles, cutting a long swath of destruction. Buildings shredded in Bryan, Texas. Northeast of Austin Wednesday, this truck overturning, stuck in a flooded median. Good Samaritans banding together, flipping that vehicle over and freeing the young driver trapped inside. And another look at the devastation on the second floor of this hotel that took a direct hit. People in their rooms when this tornado came through in the middle of the night. To the east, tornado watches are in effect through the evening. Tom, this storm very much on the move.
Incredible those guests at that motel survived that. Marcus Moore for us tonight. Marcus, thank you. Let's get right over to senior meteorologist Rob Marciano here in New York, tracking it all. And Rob, these storms are going to make major trouble for the whole East Coast.
Yeah, it's now reaching up into the northeast, but the core right now of the power is across the Gulf Coast. So let's show you where the action is, plowing through New Orleans and through Biloxi earlier today, Mobile, Pensacola. Now you're under a tornado watch for the next couple of hours. It'll push through Atlanta overnight. The low strengthening across the Ohio Valley. The mid-Atlantic will get the severe threat tomorrow. But by 7 p.m., Delaware, Philadelphia, D.C., and then getting ugly tomorrow night in New York, Connecticut, and in through Boston. And yet another quick-moving system that's set to impact this area over the weekend. Tom?
All right, Rob, thank you. We want to turn to politics now and a big story in the race for 2020. Joe Biden officially announcing he's in, taking on President Trump right out of the gate, but Biden's long history already catching up to him. What Anita Hill had to say about the recent conversation. Here's ABC's senior national correspondent Terry Moran.
Newly minted presidential candidate Joe Biden already in full campaign mode.
I'm feeling great.
Hours earlier, Biden posting that video, declaring his candidacy in stark and sweeping terms.
We are in the battle for the soul of this nation. Everything that has made America, America is at stake.
Using images of white supremacists in Charlottesville, he took direct aim at President Trump.
If we give Donald Trump 8 years in the White House, he will forever and fundamentally alter the character of this nation.
Trump's tweeted response, a taunt. I only hope you have the intelligence long in doubt to wage a successful primary campaign. But if you make it, I will see you at the starting gate.
Mr. Vice President, do you have a message for President Trump? He welcomed you in the race, question whether you have the intelligence to be the President of the United States.
Everybody knows Donald Trump.
Biden, who is 76 years old, has spent half a century in politics, and this is his third try for the White House, so he brings a long track record. And a flashpoint in that record now coming under sharp scrutiny. As Senate Judiciary Committee chairman presiding over the Clarence Thomas confirmation hearings, Biden was widely criticized for the committee's treatment of Anita Hill. Today, his campaign revealed he spoke with Hill and expressed regret for what she endured. Hill tells the New York Times that conversation happened earlier this month, and she fired back, saying, I cannot be satisfied by simply saying I'm sorry for what happened to you. I will be satisfied when I know there is real change and real accountability and real purpose. For Joe Biden, the challenges and opportunities in this campaign are just beginning.
Why are you the best candidate? That'll be for you all to decide.
Just beginning is right. Terry Moran joins us now from Washington. And Terry, President Obama tonight weighing in on his former vice president entering this race. His spokesman saying Obama and Biden share a, quote, special bond, but the former president making no endorsement.
No endorsement, Tom. That's a presidential tradition. They stay above the fray. Reagan didn't endorse Bush until after the primaries, Eisenhower, Nixon. But Joe Biden did talk about this today. He says he asked President Obama not to endorse him, that whoever wins this nomination has to win it on their merits. Tom?
Terry Moran with Joe Biden's big announcement today. All right, Terry, thank you. And Joe Biden will give his first interview to ABC News on The View tomorrow. And then Joe and Jill Biden will sit down with Robin Roberts for an interview airing Tuesday on Good Morning America. Make sure to tune in for both those interviews. Next to another major story we're following tonight, a toxic cloud that sickened dozens of people, closed schools, and forced people to shelter inside. A tractor was towing containers of ammonia when one of the tankers sprang a leak. Firefighters hosing it down for hours, even after the leak was contained. Officers were checking on people going door to door. ABC's Alex Perez is there in Beach Park, Illinois.
An investigation underway tonight in the suburbs north of Chicago to determine what caused this tank to leak a hazardous chemical right near a residential area. The incident starting around 4:30 this morning, prompting a massive response from authorities.
There is some type of ammonia smell here.
A sergeant and deputy arriving on scene, overcome, forced to retreat, quickly realizing the air wasn't safe.
I do have 3 patients on the ground.
37 people hospitalized, 7 in critical but stable condition, including 1 firefighter from the toxic cloud created by anhydrous ammonia used in farm fertilizer.
The trailers and the containers holding the chemical leaked, and this leak caused these plumes of toxic gas to be released into the air.
Authorities at one point calling for residents to shelter in place. William Hask opened his front door and was overcome by the haze and smell.
We couldn't see beyond the first step here. It was that thick. We couldn't see 3 feet. It was heavy. It was like a fog, but it was real strong.
Schools nearby closed, crews blocking off a 1-mile perimeter as they monitor the area.
We went around and made sure all our windows were shut and all the storm windows were tight.
6 hours later, authorities finally giving the all clear. And Tom, the NTSB will be sending a team here to investigate what exactly triggered all this and if that chemical was being legally transported. You can see finally that intersection here is back open. Tom?
Alex Perez for us tonight. Alex, thank you. Next to the first ever summit between North Korea's Kim Jong-un and Russia's Vladimir Putin. The two leaders exchanging gifts, Kim giving Putin a ceremonial sword, you see it there, but it was North Korea's nuclear weapons that were on the agenda. Putin siding with Kim, saying North Korea needs international security demands in order to end its nuclear program. The meeting coming 2 months after talks broke down between the U.S. and North Korea. And back here at home, federal agents swept into homes and offices connected to Baltimore's mayor today. FBI and IRS agents were seen going into City Hall and leaving her home as well with boxes and other materials. Mayor Catherine Pugh is under fire for a book she wrote and then sold to companies with business before the city and to a hospital when she was a board member. Calls for her to resign are mounting. Next tonight, to a federal grand jury, how it issued a blockbuster indictment of a Massachusetts judge and a former court officer. They're accused of allegedly helping an undocumented immigrant evade arrest by an immigration and customs enforcement agent. The high-profile case, a showdown between both federal law and a sanctuary city. Here's ABC's Gio Benitez.
Today, Judge Shelley Joseph finding herself on the other side of the bench after prosecutors say she helped an undocumented immigrant slip out the back door of her Newton, Massachusetts courthouse to avoid an ICE officer. Judge Joseph can be heard in a courtroom recording obtained by the Boston Globe.
As if you need more time to figure this out until tomorrow.
Talking with attorneys about whether that suspect was the right man ICE was looking for.
ICE is going to get him. What if we continue?
Larry, can you go off the record for a moment?
Judge Joseph ordered the court clerk to turn off the recording device.
Prosecutors say the judge then conspired to release the suspect out the back door while that ICE officer was told to wait in the courthouse lobby. And Tom, tonight the judge and the court officer face obstruction of justice charges. The judge has been suspended, and now that undocumented immigrant is in deportation hearings. Tom.
Gio Benitez for us. Gio, thank you. And there's still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Thursday. The new tiger attack, the second incident in just days. The founder of an animal sanctuary mauled while helping a Bengal tiger during a powerful storm. Newly released body cam video, a deputy seen punching a suspect handcuffed to a hospital bed. And the NFL draft about to kick off in Nashville. The massive crowd growing tonight. Who will be the #1 pick? We're live with Robin Roberts.
I'm working to make each day a little sweeter.
To give every idea the perfect soundtrack.
To fill your world with fun.
To share my culture with my community.
To make each journey more elegant.
I'm working for all the adventure two wheels can bring.
At ADP, we're designing a better way to work so you can achieve what you're working for.
There's little rest for a single dad, and back pain made it hard to sleep and get up on time. Then I found Aleve PM.
The only one to combine a safe sleep aid plus the 12-hour pain-relieving strength of Aleve.
I'm back.
Believe PM for a better AM.
I got a certain way I like to do things. I like Consumer Cellular. I get unlimited talk and text for